How's it going, everybody? This is Steve. Just wanted to give you guys a good MCAT update because the journey continues. Since I my last video, a lot of people have been reaching out to me and giving me good words of encouragement and stuff like that, and I really, really appreciate it. I'm just now getting out of that slump and still trying to push through. And so since then, I've decided to kind of figure out ways to not only study but also create, kind of like a pocketbook that not only I can use to help study but also, help other people study. So I decided to do that because there's a lot of free stuff out there. I'm taking a course. That course started last week, and so essentially as of right now, I have 3 months until till my MCAT date on September 18th. At least with my journey and stuff, I try to stay as transparent as possible. I don't know if that is necessarily the best thing or the right thing to do, but that's typically what I do. For me, I know a lot of people were like, worried about their scores and stuff. Me, I didn't get that great of a score, so I mean, it wouldn't hurt to, be transparent about that. So with that being said, I got a 497, or I think it was like a 497 on my MCAT when I took it in September, and I took a practice test last Monday. I still need to go over it, but I took a practice test last Monday, and I got a 498. And so, at least right now, after taking that test, I felt a whole lot better taking it. Like, I was able to get through all the passages. Car section I've always struggled on, but for some reason, I've been reading a lot. Just in general, I've been reading a lot over this past year. And I just felt a lot more comfortable with going through the test. And so each section I at least had 5-6 minutes left. And so not only did I get a better score, but I also did better than I did last time I took the exact same test. I want to say about like 4 or 5 points, and I think it's a good starting point to start off with. So with my course, I'm taking the Altius course, and they have an option for the retake as part of like their free, no questions asked thing. And so like that, I think for me that is one of the good things, one of the better decisions I made during my MCAT journey is choosing that course, just for the opportunity of doing that. As you can see now, I got my computer, I got books, like just tons of MCAT books and notes, stuff like that. So I'm putting in the work, trying to balance, work and school, or not work, but work and studying, and trying not to like burn myself out like I did last time. This time around, I won't be waking up at 5 a.m. and going to sleep at 10 a.m. and just studying all throughout. I work in the morning, so I wake up like 4 or 5 a.m. every day, and I work from then until maybe like 9:30, and then from like 10:30 to like 3 I'll study, and then I go back to work at from like 3 to like 9. So I'm working a pretty good amount of time, but it is what it is. At least I don't have to, stress about money, and that was a big factor. And so, I'm just fortunate enough to do that. I won't be working the whole time, so we'll see how that goes. But yeah, just update everybody. I want to thank everybody for reaching out to me. All the comments. I'm sorry if I haven't, responded back to your comments or anything. It's just a lot of stuff to manage. And I'm doing it mostly from my phone. I don't really like go on, my big computer and do that stuff. But yeah. Thanks for following the journey. It does continue. There's a lot of stuff that I can use. So I do drive a lot, and with that, I've gotten into podcasts a lot more, and so I got Audible audiobooks, and then podcasts. Three different things that I would suggest looking into if you guys are in kind of the situation that I'm at, where I drive about 2 to 3 hours a day for work, and so I listen to the Premed podcast with a medical school HQ.net. I think his name is Dr. Ryan Gray. He has Premed podcast. He has the MCAT podcast, and he has the old Premed years, or Premed years, and then the old Premeds. And those podcasts have definitely helped me a lot. They go over content review stuff. They go over high yield questions. They go over just the journey of medical school and what to do in certain situations, tackling a lot of different things. So like that, I would say that they're about 15 minutes long, and they're really, really good. And so in the past like month, I've gone through like 90 of them. Because one, I just drive that much, and one is just really, really good. I would say his content has definitely inspired me to, go down the content creation aspect as I'm studying, and we'll see how that goes. And also, if you have Audible subscription, I would definitely suggest the MCAT Biochem. It's about 26 hours, and it's compared to all the other MCAT, Audible stuff that they have. This is more of like a podcast discussion, wrapped up in what seems like an audio book. And so they go over a lot of content, and they help you with a lot of different mnemonics and stuff. And so I think it would definitely be good to look into those things if you don't have access to your hands or time when you're driving, or if you're at work or anything like that. And so I put it on like 1.5 or 1.15 times the regular speed, and I just try to get through it probably a couple of times while I'm studying, and then listening to those podcasts. So that's just a little update for me. The journey continues, and I just want to just get the best score that I can. So look out for another update from me. I would say that I'm going to post the links in the description below, but I'm not. I'm just doing this from my phone as just like a quick thing to get back to studying, just taking a break and kind of procrastinating a little bit, But yeah, look that stuff up. It's the Premed podcast, the MCAT podcast, on like Spotify. I use Google Play, and then getting that MCAT Kaplan Biochem audiobook from Audible. And other than that, look out and try to respond to everybody else's comments. I'm supposed to take a half link this weekend, so hopefully that goes well as well. And just gotta keep studying. So thanks for hanging out with me. Adios.